Hi folks, Tim here. Welcome to From 8 to 38, the Chronicles of a Young Entrepreneur. This is chapter 2, and this is about goals. And in Monday's video, I promised that we would be discussing goals today, so that's definitely what we're doing. And I want to talk specifically to the young entrepreneur or the young person just entering the workforce with this one. Now, as a young entrepreneur, you can set almost any goal that you want. The goals that you set are going to benefit you in your business. And as somebody who's just entering the workforce, I would recommend setting goals as well. And your goals entering the workforce are going to be different than your counterparts in the entrepreneur world. And with that, I would recommend just some simple goals. You know, if this is your first real job, whether it's working at a farm stand or a convenience store, a gas station, maybe waiting tables or washing dishes, whatever your first job may be, I would recommend setting a goal. And one of the first goals I would set is going to be to show up to work on time every day. The second goal is, even though it's a job that you may not really want to be doing, I would set the second goal as keeping a good attitude through the entire day at that job. And that's something that's hard. I admit it's hard. I have days now where my attitude is terrible. I'm certainly not a perfect person by any means, but setting a couple goals like that when you first enter the workforce helps kind of mold your mind into where it should be and mold your attitude into where it should be with regards to interacting with customers, with clients, with your bosses. Now, on the entrepreneur side, I would recommend your first goal being a financial goal. And I don't know what your business may be. I don't know what place in your business that you may be right now. You might be 2 days into an entrepreneur type business. You may be 2 years into an entrepreneur type business, into your own business. That being said, set a goal, set a financial goal. And I would highly recommend that you sit down with your parents or your mentor, whoever it may be, and set a reasonable goal that you can reach by a set time. And if you're in school, that set time may be from the time school lets out in the spring to the time that it starts again in the fall. Or if you're real motivated and you have time to work after school, that it be a financial goal that you can reach by Christmas or by December 31st. So set a goal, a reasonable goal that you can reach with a reasonable amount of work. Don't set a goal that's going to be impossible. That's ridiculous. Nobody should do that. But set one that you can reach, and I would recommend setting one that stretches you a little bit and helps you grow a little bit. So if you want to set a goal of $1,000, then set it for $1,100. Push that little bit of extra, especially early on in your career as an entrepreneur. If you can always plan to push that little bit of extra, it will go a long ways in securing your future in your business. So that's my thought on goals and on reasonable goals. And now to the parents and guardians and mentors of this young person who is either starting out in the workforce or starting out as a young entrepreneur with their own business, whatever that business may be, whether it's real young as selling lemonade at the end of the road, or weeding the neighbor's garden, or maybe it's checking in and cleaning the kitty litter box. I have no idea what you may do, but whatever it is, encourage them, help them, and be a strong guide for them as to what's right, what's wrong, and help them reach their goal. And by helping them reach their goal, you will have a better relationship with them. You'll make a difference in their life. and hopefully it will be a good growing experience for both you as a parent and your child. I would say no matter what you do, do not give them money to help them reach their goal. That's not going to help in the long run. What you should do instead is, if they're having a hard time reaching that goal that they set, originally I had used the 1,000, 1,100 number, and I like to do that number because it's just simple math. It keeps it easier for everybody. So if their goal was that $1,100 mark and they're falling short of that mark by several $100s, don't give them the several $100s. Help them find work that they can do to make up that several $100s. Because if they're mowing lawns and all of a sudden they encounter a drought, it's not really their fault that they've encountered a drought, but they may only know mowing lawns as a way to make money. So do that, encourage them, help them set reasonable goals, and have good, honest conversations with them. Once you are in that entrepreneur mindset, you kind of feel like you can do whatever you want or anything that you set your mind to. And that's a great mentality. But as a young entrepreneur, I needed direction a lot of times from my parents, and I got it. So don't hammer them down. Don't throw their ideas out. Help them mold the ideas into something that they can actually turn into a good business, and mold those ideas into being responsible and how to interact with, for them, what's going to be their clients, but how to interact with their clients. And another thing I want to say real quick is, when you interact with your young entrepreneur, whether they're 9 or 10 or 14 or 15, it's not easy dealing with somebody who is strong-willed. And a lot of times entrepreneurs are strong-willed. I know I was not easy to deal with as a kid. But one of the things that you can do to make that a little bit easier and to make them more receptive to your ideas and to your criticism, really, because that's what it is to start with a compliment. Compliment them on their work ethic, compliment them on the ideas that they have, and maybe almost all of them are bad ideas, but one might be good. So don't lie to them, but compliment them if there's something there that you can compliment them on. And that's going to make a huge difference in the way that your young person interacts with you. And you want to be involved in their life, because if you're not, somebody else is going to be. And maybe there's an older guy or an older lady out there that would be willing to take your child under their wing and really mentor them. If that's the case, that's great, along with you as a parent. And you can sit down and discuss your goals for your child, your young entrepreneur, with this friend of yours. I had people at church that I discussed my ideas with a lot when I was 9, 10, 11, 12. And then once I hit 15, 16, I had a different group of friends, and they were guys that were into excavation and construction. And they took me under their wing. They showed me a lot about that work. They helped mold me into what I am today. They were a great group of guys. I'm very thankful for them. But the first interaction that your young entrepreneur is really going to have is with you, their parent. And you need to not attack their ideas. You need to reinforce them. You need to compliment them, because when the first thing you do is attack someone, they instantly become defensive, especially somebody who's young and hasn't been out in the world that much. The first thing they are going to do is become defensive. So by interacting with them in a positive manner, you allow them to open up and to discuss things with you, maybe to see an idea from your point of view rather than theirs. And once you do that, once that communication line is open, then you can really talk and not have an interaction which is yelling and upset and things like that, because we all know that is what happens sometimes. I know it happened with me when I was young and I didn't want to listen, but by going about it that way, you can help mold your young entrepreneur into what they want to be. And that's key. So when they're really interested or passionate about something, they're going to find a way to do it. I was very passionate in my younger years about doing the landscaping work. And here I am 30 years later still doing it. I still love it. I'm still passionate about it. Do people get under my skin? Yes, they do. Do people get on my nerves? Of course they do. Are there days that I don't want to do what I do? Yes. There are days that I really don't want to go mow a lawn. There's days that I really don't want to get out of bed at 3 o'clock in the morning and go plow. But that's the choice that I made, the direction that I brought this business into. So that's what I'm stuck with in a good way. There's days that I can't wait to get out of bed and start plowing at 3:30 in the morning because I'm excited about it. There's days that we can't wait to start blowing leaves or mowing lawns, whatever the case may be. Every business has its ups and its downs. Every business has the good things that are with it and the bad things that are with it. So now I want to pull this back on track, back to goals a little bit. One thing that is very, very important with a goal is once you reach your goal, you need to celebrate. And I don't really care how you celebrate, but you need to recognize it and you need to celebrate it in some way. And this is both for you as a young entrepreneur and you as a parent or as a mentor. When the entrepreneur reaches their goal, celebrate it with them, affirm it with them, and make a big deal out of it, because it is a big deal. Abby and I went out for my birthday back in October, and it just so happened that on my birthday we reached a huge milestone in the business, one that I've been working towards for years, and it made it that much more special. We went out we went out a lot more fancy than we usually do. We had a great dinner out, had my parents watch the kids, and it was just something that we could do to go out and enjoy and celebrate the milestone, not only of a birthday, which is a great milestone, but a milestone in the business that we have worked and sacrificed for years to finally be able to hit. So that was a huge deal to us. Again, when you hit a milestone, celebrate it as a young entrepreneur. And as a parent or a mentor of a young entrepreneur, when they hit that milestone, it is really important that you celebrate that milestone with them, because that will affirm what they're doing in their mind, that they're doing a good job, they're doing the right thing, and that you see it, you appreciate it, and you can celebrate it with them. Because for me, when I was young, I wanted my whole family to celebrate when things were going well. You know, whether it was my parents or my aunts and uncles or my grandparents, whoever it was, I was really happy when we met a goal, and I could then share the fact that we met that goal with family members who would appreciate it. So that's my thought on goals. They're very important things. They're important to set, and they're important to really push to try to reach them. But don't set a goal that is so far out there you're never going to be able to reach. It's not wise. You should have a goal that you can reach, and that you can reach, yet it stretches you and it helps you grow. So that's the idea. That's my idea behind goals. That's chapter 2 of From 8 to 38, the Chronicles of a Young Entrepreneur. The next video we're going to be doing is going to discuss market research. So what I'm trying to do with the videos is lay the groundwork for some great ideas, some struggles that I had and things that I learned. But our first video was titled Hard Work and Dedication. This video is goals. And the third video is going to be market research. And that is going to be basically a story about how I did my first market research as a very, very young man in the neighborhood when I was ready to grow my business from what it was, which was weeding a garden and push mowing a couple lawns, on to the next step. So be sure to tune in next week. Again, we release these videos Monday at 8 o'clock in the morning. And if you have a question that you would like me to try to address or try to answer, maybe I can help you with, our email address for the channel is elmendorfacres@gmail.com. That's elmendorfacres@gmail.com. I will leave the link for our email address in the description at the bottom of this video. But hopefully you've enjoyed this video today. I hope it's helpful. I really, really want to see the young entrepreneurs in your life succeed, because we need more of them. We need hardworking kids in this country, because we're running short of them. And if this video affects one life, to me it's worth it. So I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Thank you.